Hello, hello. Today is March 28th, 2023, and the word of the day is air. And the card of the day is the Fool in reverse. And two things came up, excuse me, came up for me and for the word of the day, and that is money's like the air, it is always there. It's just that we may not be interested in it as much as the other things that we have going on in our lives. And so I feel, or what I found for me is when I became interested in having more money, the money has always been there. That has been my experience. And I'm sure if you were interested, really interested, you would move into that position as well. And you would find that money is just like air. It's always there and it's always in abundance. And it's not like you need to like stress about it because someone um, described it as like turning on the faucet of water and you have an abundance of water. And I like the analogy of air because we never think of how we're going to take our next breath. We're never thinking, oh my God, there's going to be like a lack or a scarcity of air. And we can take as much as we want. And it doesn't take away from anyone else because it's in abundance. And since the universe is abundant also and is able to provide for us individually and collectively, this story that we have created around money and our relationship with money is just a story. And when we tell ourselves a different story, we get a different result. So, just like perspective and perception changes everything. And so today, when I was driving, I was giving thanks for the safety that I have received in travel, like in driving, because not too long ago, maybe like a week ago, it was snowing. And I remember just like driving on the road, and this truck went by, and the snow went into my windshield, and I couldn't see for about like 10 seconds, literally. And I was like, oh my God, I can't see. And I just had faith and trust. And finally my windshield wipers came on and it cleared. But basically, like something terrible could have happened. But I'm so thankful that it didn't. And I was giving thanks today because today was like really rainy in Reno, Nevada. And I was thankful that, you know, I have traveled safely, and even though the roads were wet and the cars were splashing water on my windshield, I was I got home safely. And the other thing with air is what I wanted to say is how much airtime are you giving to feeling good? And so one of the things that really raises our vibe and allows us to feel good is appreciation. And I've said this before. And also, I really prime myself in the morning with writing things that I appreciate about myself, about my life, about other people, or I will say, I am feeling into the version of myself who is blissful, who is happy. Or you can say, I'm feeling into the version of myself who is unconditionally happy. And so, how much airtime are you focused on the positive, and how much airtime are you giving to the negative? And we all know, like, we don't need to give any airtime to the negative because it's just always going to come up. And I noticed recently that, and it's not 100% clear, but I feel, I mean, you may not have it, but I do. And I know a lot of other people that do, that have generally a negative, like, frequency coming through. It could be like critical, a judgmental, a fear-based mentality. And so I want you to pay attention to how much airtime you're giving these lower frequencies, and to shift out of them when you notice them. Because there's like, the air has all kinds of frequencies running through it. And so when we are tuning into frequencies of a higher nature, we're attracting like-minded people to us that think on that high vibe. And so the negative is less likely to be something we're comfortable with. And if you were comfortable with it before, you'll find yourself like not wanting to spend time with people who are constantly negative or critical or judgmental, because you realize, like, I mean, that's a downer, right? Like, it's not going to get you where you want to go. And it's not like anyone's perfect. It takes work and it takes practice. And you've got to be willing to put in the work. And it's not like, you know, it's like osmosis and magical, but you have to take action. And so, like this morning, I really primed myself. And it just really comes naturally to me to want to prime myself. But today I primed myself really good. And I was going over the things that, like I said, I am feeling into the version of me who unconditionally validates herself. Because the more you give airtime, through journaling, through reading, through watching content, and taking action and learning to raise your vibration, the easier it is to manifest your goals. And not only that, the better time you'll have at life. And it's one thing to have like a down hour, maybe like a day, like something bad happened. But to be in a down mode every day, you have to start taking a look at your mindset and looking how you can change your perspective, because it's all really in your mind and in your how you feel. And so if you feel like, I don't know if you've heard of human design, but like basically like my human design is all about feeling. So my charger is going to die. Hold on. I mean, my computer's going to die. I need my charger. Hold on. So generally, like according to my human design, I make decisions based on feeling, but I also move into a perspective also through feeling. Like I take it through feeling, and everybody has like a different way that they interpret the world. And you can just go like on Google and search like human design and put in your name, your birthday, and the time of your birth, and it'll tell you a lot about how you best move through the world. And so, like, if you honor that aspect of yourself, you'll understand yourself better and you will know how you are transformed, like what works for you, so to speak. So that's what I have on the word of the day. And then, so the Fool in reverse. So this card right here is in reverse. What it's saying is to have the confidence to go after, turn it over since it's in reverse, to go after your idea. Basically, this card is saying you have an idea, you have something that you've come up with, and you're not making a move because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So it's like basically it's fear. It's like the ego mind playing out all these fears. And so you're not making a move. And what this card is saying, uh, trust and have faith that you have spirit guides, you have spirit at your back, you have guidance, and to step into that void, even though you don't know what's going to happen, take that leap of faith. Even if it's like one little step at a time, just move forward and do not let fear, the ego mind, the ego fear of survival, because as long as you're there, you're stuck and you're not thriving, you're just surviving. And so, of course, ideas come to us from a place that encourages our growth so we can expand and grow and thrive in this life. But if we stay stuck, and see, the yellow is personal power, confidence, joy. It's the root, it's the solar plexus. And so, in solar plexus is like right above your belly button. And this is the place of your personal power. And so, what it's saying is be courageous, step into your personal power, and move beyond your fear. So, you're going to take airtime, what you're listening to, what you're seeing through your senses, because generally that's how we're getting them. It's usually through our senses or limiting beliefs or past traumas. So if you know it's not a past trauma, and you know it's just like negative thinking or fear-based thinking, it's the same thing. You need to step into your personal power and be around people who like actually you feel confident around. If you can't find anybody who you feel confident around, then you can be confident around yourself. And you can write the affirmation that I mentioned to you earlier, which is, I am, maybe yours is not feeling, mine is feeling. But if you look into your human design, it could be like, um, I see the version of myself who is unconditionally confident. For me, it's I feel into the version of myself who is unconditionally confident. I feel into the version of me who is unconditionally happy. I feel into the version of me who's unconditionally joyful. And these basically what they do is they really keep your mind focused on where you're headed. Because if you have a focus of like, oh, life is dreary, like things just don't work out for me, that's exactly what you're going to get. Because basically the airtime, airwaves are picking up what you're putting down. And the result is generally found in the external, what your life looks like. So we all have homework because none of us has arrived and we are completely blissful. However, I will tell you this. I really have been doing this work for quite some time. And my vibration continues to increase. And I continue to feel better and better all the time. And at one point, I didn't feel so passionate and and like holy, like 360, if you will. And even though I have yet to be at the frequency that I desire to be at, I'm not where I used to be. And it's due to the work that I consistently do on a daily basis. And I promise you, if you do this work and you take action, you will feel better and you will move in the direction of your dreams and the things that you would like to manifest. But you have to do the work. So that is all that I have for you today. I hope you have a great evening wherever you're at in the world, morning or afternoon. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.